Do you have to smoke to be a Rasta?
No, man. You're reaching a sense where you're strong enough, can take a little smoke. So when all them car pass, although you live in the city, you don't hear it because you're thinking. Differently we just live, so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Cannabis Chronicles, psychedelic edition. I call it the psychedelic edition because, number one, aesthetic. The reason why I call it psychedelic edition is because of the aesthetic, and basically what this part of the show is going to be about is about us just having a conversation about the Monday episode. So obviously after the feedback that people are going to give me on Monday, I thought it was best maybe between Thursday and Friday I can just drop another. I call it a psychedelic because I would want to read people's comments and then comment on that, etc, etc, etc. I'm not sure now if I want to do it alone or we'll do it with the rest of the crew, but I will see which one is the best, but I will let you know, guys, what is happening. But anyway, welcome to Cannabis Chronicles, the psychedelic episode, or the psychedelic edition. Basically, this is, it's me venting out, in this episode. And one of the reasons why it's even in black and white is because I really want you to just focus on me and what I'm saying, because it's important. And I want to speak my mind. And the reason why I want to speak my mind is the reason why I even started this podcast, was so that I could speak my mind. And I feel like it is important that we speak about it. The title of this video will be called Have Faith. The reason why I want to call it Have Faith is because I feel like you, the user who's watching this right now, the reason why I want to call it Have Faith is because I have a concern. And because of my concern, I'm actually pretty angry because of that concern. And the reason why I'm pretty angry of that concern is for one reason and one reason only. We lack faith in each other as black people. We really, really do lack faith in each other as black people. And I feel that it is something that I want to address. And the reason why I want to address it is because it's important. Because if any of us are going to achieve anything, let it be in business, let it be in sport, let it be in music, let it be in art, let it be in anything. If any of us are going to achieve anything that is out of the extraordinary, we have to have a little faith in each other. The Monday episode, I think you guys watched, it was slightly different from the usual setup that we usually have. And like I did mention on the episode, that was the initial plan, actually, of how the Cannabis Chronicles was meant to go. That was actually the initial plan. It was meant to be just about us being social, chilling. Just, well, you know what gentlemen do when they're chilling. That's basically what it's always about. It's just about us and how, as gentlemen, when we're just talking and chilling, we just, have a conversation and we sit and relax and we talk around. That was exactly what it was meant to be. But maybe it's because people do not know how to interpret it well, or maybe because people are just negative. I don't know. At this present moment, I really, really don't know. But I want to say that it's depressing. It's actually pissing off, actually, not depressing. It's pissing off because the feedback that we got from the Monday episode and the title of this podcast and the type of life that we are living as human beings, personally, I just feel like we need to be a little more real with each other. I don't want to lie to you. I am actually quite pissed off because some of the feedback that I've received from that Monday episode that we did was that, what are you guys teaching the youth by smoking? You guys are not talking about anything. It seems as if it's just negative. Why are you guys drinking on the podcast? Why are you smoking humbly? why are you doing all these things and why are you putting it out there like that? My question to everyone and to you that's watching this right now is, how real are you? That's my question to you, because what you saw on Monday, right, us doing with the boys, this is what we do. And I know that you who's watching this from the other side, this is what you also do. It might be drinking, it might be going out, it might be smoking, it might be whatnot. You also do the same thing. But just because I decided that I want to be real and I want to show people who I really am, and I want to show people what I enjoy doing in my social time, it's a problem. So basically, you're telling me that being authentic is an issue to you. Because, I mean, let's be honest. How many of you drink here? How many of you have been cut drunk? How many of you have done shit that is apparently so bad in society, so terrible in society? How many of you do that on a weekly basis? And yet you have the guts to come and tell me that what I'm doing is bad. I feel really judged. I feel like it's a moment for me where I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, dog. Really, I was just like, fuck it. Because honestly, I'm fed up. I'm fed up of trying to please people. I'm fed up of trying to please society. And one of the reasons why I even started Cannabis Chronicles was because I wanted to show everyone who I am. I wanted to show everyone what I go about. I wanted to show everyone what I do in my social time. But apparently, because I am being original and actually showing people who I really am and not being fake and going out there portraying a certain image that I'm not because I want someone to give me a job or I want this business to recognize me, how dare I? That's basically what everyone is telling me. How dare you? How dare you go out there representing black people, representing us, and you basically are telling the world what we do in our private life. We're basically telling the world that, oh, actually, we drink and smoke. How dare you? That's basically what you guys are telling me. And quite frankly, I don't want to lie to you. I'm actually quite pissed off about it. Because I feel like, I'm sorry to say this if it offends anyone, but I really feel like y'all are fake, bro. People are fake and people are just too pretentious for my liking. People are way too pretentious for my liking, and it's irritating, it's annoying. I don't see the point of it. I really don't see the point of it, because if there was a point, and if what you are saying is correct, if there is anything okay with what you're saying, why are you not millionaires? All of you that are looking at me right now, why are you not millionaires? Why are you not Bill Gates status? Tell me. Because the fucked up thing about this whole thing is a simple fact that everybody's telling me that, yeah, we know that your so-called successful people do the same thing, but they don't put it out there. Okay, so hello, who's being fake here between me and them? Let's be honest. Who is being fake? Because for me, it's like, for me, what I'm doing in the Cannabis Chronicles, right? I'm talking about what we did on episode 3. That's me saying, like, I'm just documenting what we do on a social basis. Like, it doesn't mean that during the day, as you can see right now, it doesn't mean that during the day you see me drinking, during the day you see me smoking. No, it doesn't mean that. I'm a very productive human being during the day. I don't do anything that will jeopardize my productivity during the day when there is a need for me to be functional. You understand what I'm saying? So for somebody to now have a certain image because in my social time, I indulge in alcohol and smoke, for someone to have actually, let me put it the way it is. For somebody to have a perception of me because in my social setup, I indulge in alcohol and I indulge in marijuana. I personally will say this to you. I do not care. That's what I have to say to you. I really do not care. And the reason why I say that is because I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of trying to show society that I'm the good person, trying to show society that, ooh, I don't drink, ooh, I don't smoke, ooh, I don't do this, I don't do that. I'm tired of doing that. Because at the end of the day, You who apparently I'm supposed to impress, you also do the same shit behind closed doors. So who's being real to who here? If we're literally saying that we're trying to build a better society like we all claim, who's being who here? Let's be honest, who's being who? I personally feel like it's bullshit. We're all being fake, quite frankly. I don't see the need in me trying to, like, why is it that for me to be able to be accepted by everyone, or for me to represent everyone, I have to pretend to be somebody that I'm not? Because I won't lie to you. Let me be very frank with you. I know how to speak good English. I know how to walk a certain way. I know how to portray myself as a specific person, but it's not me. I know how to walk around wearing a suit. I know how to make myself presentable. I know how to walk upright. I know how to speak well. I'm very articulate. I know how to do all that. I was taught. But it's not me. It's not who I am. It's not what I want people to know me as, because it's fakeness. You know, why is it that being authentic and actually being real is a problem to people? Why is it that you who is looking at me right now telling people that actually, you know what, in my leisure time I drink, I smoke. I'm a Christian, yes, but in my leisure time I drink and I smoke. Why is that a problem? Because quite frankly, bro, I've got people that I know, pastors, church leaders, CEOs, company owners. They're all doing some shit. I know pastors and leaders that are cigarette smokers. I know them. All right? But the simple fact that they don't put it out there, then it's okay, Anker. It's okay. Basically, you're telling me that you can do whatever you want, but as long as you don't put it out there in the public, then it's okay. So for me, the question comes back and I ask myself, so what is authenticity? What is authenticity? What does it mean to be authentic? You know? And quite frankly, guys, I don't want to lie to you. I'm actually quite pissed off. I really, really am pissed off. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, I do say this. We really need to do better as people. I think if you want black people, I'm speaking about black people, if we all want each other to one day actually make it and tap into uncharted territories, I think we just have to give each other a little freedom and have a little faith in what people do. Because quite frankly, I can ask everybody, every single person, like, everything that you want me to be, everything that you claim I'm supposed to portray out there, how is it helping me? Is it making me 1,000 rand richer? Is it making me 1,000,000 rand richer? Is it? Maybe, let's say in the instance that it does. Am I happy with myself? Can I truly say to myself that I've lived a good life when I've had to pretend for such a long time? Can I really say that? You who's looking at me right now, how you're living right now and what you do behind closed doors, is this who you really are? What people know you as, or what people know you for right now, when we're comparing it behind closed doors, is exactly the same thing. Because if it's not, then I don't understand. I don't see why I should listen to your advice, quite frankly. I really don't. You know, I mean, I can even give you a biblical example. I was actually speaking to Simon. Sai, I think you guys do remember him from the Monday episode. I was speaking to him earlier and I said that, look at Jesus, right? For instance, I'll give an example about Jesus. Look at his disciples that he spoke and taught with. I'll give you an example of one of the people that was very close to Jesus, Peter. If you read the biblical, if you read the Bible and you read and you interpret and you try and understand the type of character that Peter had, Peter was a very violent man. Peter used to swear a lot. Peter was that type of guy that when anything happens, Peter's the first one to, you know, give violence. I mean, Judas Iscariot was a bit of a crook. You know, he was a business-minded person. He was a capitalistic-minded person. But all of these people were Jesus' disciples. But you didn't see Jesus trying to change them or trying to make them into something that they're not. Jesus accepted them for who they are. And Jesus knew that with the assignment that he is trying to accomplish, these are the type of people that will be necessary to accomplish this assignment. Because, I mean, think about it, dude. Listen, there already was a system that was in place for religion, which was the Pharisees. And there was already a way that religion was supposed to be portrayed. So do you think when Jesus came and he tried to do something different by just making people gather in an open place, right? And preaching to people. Do you think that if Peter, James, John, Bartholomew, whoever, all the other disciples, do you think if they were not solid, firm, influential, outspoken, unapologetic people, do you think that would have been achieved? I don't think so. I think they would have been walked over. I think they would have been pushed over. I mean, I think Jesus, when he did what he had to do, for him to be able to actually go against everyone and do what he was supposed to do, he had to be that hard. He just had to be unapologetic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. I'm very unapologetic about this. Cannabis Chronicles is continuing exactly the way it was. Episode motherfucking 4 is dropping next week. We are recording it soon. And episode motherfucking 4 is going to be called Authenticity. Because quite frankly, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to pretending to be somebody that I'm not. This is who I am. And if you have a problem with who I am, I think it's you who needs to look at yourself, because my question is, behind closed doors, who are you? Who are you behind closed doors? When you're chilling with your family and all your church members and all your work colleagues and your boss, when they're not looking, who are you? That's what you need to ask yourself. Are you who you say you are outside, or you're a different person? Do people even know that you're a drinker? Do people know that you're a smoker? Do people know that you indulge in certain things that are deemed to be that are demonized? Let me put it that way. Do people know that you do things that are seem to be demonized in society? Do people know that you do that shit? Or just because you do it behind closed doors, you feel better about yourself? That's the question I got for you. And if you can't answer that question, then quite frankly, I will say this, and I'll say this in the most sincere way. This Cannabis Chronicles thing is not for you. Cannabis Chronicles is all about authenticity. It's all about being real. It's all about people understanding that this is, as a matter of fact, this is what's supposed to be in society. Why is it that it's a problem that when you see me, because I mean, I can ask you a question. When you see me, do I look like a cannabis smoker? Most people have told me I don't, because I look smart. You know, my nails are cut. I've got a haircut. You can even see, look, my hair is properly cut. I've got a proper cut. I'm clean, but I'm a cannabis smoker.
Much later.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it was Simon. He was just coming in. But like I was saying, that, you know, in hindsight, the reason why I decided to do this episode was because I just needed to vent. I personally feel like I don't know what I should believe in right now. Because quite frankly, anything you do, let's be honest, anything that you do in this world or in this society, anything that you say is, you know, anything that you say is, okay, this is it. Some people always have a problem with it. It doesn't matter if those people are helping you or not, but they always have a problem with it. So I know that this is not going to please everyone. This is not going to please most people. It's not supposed to. That's why it's called Cannabis Chronicles, because it's literally us just being who we are. You know? And what I don't understand is, because for me, right, I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to stick to maybe 30 minutes. So I've got 10 minutes to go, but please just stay with me. Because I really need to put this point out, because I don't think you guys understand the magnitude of how deep this is for me. For me, it gets to a point where it actually does derive from a point of colonialism. Because for me, the question that I've had ever since I started smoking was that, what is the actual problem that we have as a black community towards marijuana? How many of us have actually gone to research what marijuana is, the chemicals that are in marijuana, the effects that the chemicals have on a human being's body? How many of us have actually done personal research? None of us. I can guarantee you a lot of people do not know anything about it. But the fact that a specific ethnic group in society, I don't want to mention names, but we all know who it is if you're woke enough. The fact that a specific ethnic group in society demonized it. They demonized it and they say that it is so harmful. The simple fact that a specific ethnic group did that we all tend to believe them. I can even ask you a question right now. Most of us that are watching this show as I'm speaking right now, we're alcohol drinkers, right? We drink alcohol. Have you even actually gone to research the effects that alcohol has on your system? I'm talking about the consumption that you currently take. Have you gone to research what it does to your system compared to marijuana? Most of you haven't. But people have the audacity to come and actually say that marijuana is bad, it's harmful, it's a drug, etc. Have you done research? Do you know anything about it? Because I can tell you right now, before I started smoking marijuana, I did my research. And I think if you check in the first episode, I think at the beginning, there is a disclaimer where it does actually explain to you what CBD is about, what marijuana is about. Marijuana is a plant that contains two chemicals. The other chemical is called cannabidiol, which is CBD, and the other one is called THC. CBD is a chemical that when it is consumed by human beings or animals, it relieves stress, it relieves anxiety, it relieves a lot of it's like a calming drug, basically. THC, which is also in marijuana, is just another component that is in weed that makes you high. That's all that is in marijuana. There is no ethanol, there is no other harmful chemical that is there in marijuana. But people don't know that. But the simple fact that there's a specific ethnic group that said that this drug is bad, this drug is harmful, this drug has caused A, B, C, and D to happen to society, people just believe that. But let me ask you a question. Marijuana and alcohol, which one has damaged society more? Let's be quite frank. How many people have you heard that have died from marijuana? Because in case you didn't know, there is no evidence, medical evidence. I'm talking about scientists, doctors have actually researched. There is no evidence that marijuana has killed or has harmed anyone. There is no evidence. If you do have evidence, please do comment in the comment section and please show me the reference where it actually does say that somebody died from smoking marijuana. I want to know that evidence. But there's evidence everywhere where people have died from alcohol. But it's okay for you to go and you portraying that you drink. It's okay for you to be on social media and drinking and doing all these things. It's okay because why? Because the white man told you that drinking is fancy, drinking is fine, and smoking is bad. That's the issue that we have here. And that's why I'm saying that for me personally, I feel like y'all are just fake. Y'all don't know who you really are. People claim that they are liberated. People claim that they are liberated from colonization, but people really haven't been liberated, quite frankly. Because there's no medical record that shows me that marijuana is harmful. As a matter of fact, CBD is actually extracted and it is put into it's made into an oil, and then it is commercialized as CBD oil. They use it for animals, especially when animals want to, like, let's say dogs, cats, like small animals, when they want to be maybe groomed, or maybe they have got anxiety, maybe they went through a traumatic scenario. They use that. You understand? So, my question is sharp. Why is it that people have a problem with marijuana? If you are saying that this chemical that you're extracting from it is good, but you don't want the other chemical, even though the other chemical doesn't really do anything, which is THC, it doesn't do anything to you, it just makes you high. But you're also saying that CBD is good, so we're going to remove this from that, and then we're going to put there, and then it's going to be fine. Okay, Sharp, let me give you another example. What if I was drinking marijuana? How would that make you feel? Because, honestly, for me, I have to say it, because it does affect me. What if I was drinking marijuana? How then would you, portray it? And once again, I do want to say, ladies and gentlemen, so this episode is just basically me telling you how I feel about these things. I don't know if I'm articulating it properly or if I'm saying it properly, but I want to say it the best way I can. I personally feel like it's a whole lot of bullshit, and you've got people of high achievers, like people of high success, lawyers, CEOs, etc., etc. They do cocaine, they do heroin, they do this, they do that, they do this, they do that. But just because they don't put it out there, or just because they are from a specific ethnic group or from a specific country, it's okay. How many people, or how many of you find, specific actors to be so amazing? How many of you idolize them? How many people actually appreciate these actors? But they're smokers, they're drinkers. Why is it not a problem when it's them? Why is it now a problem? Because it's somebody that you know, somebody that you can relate to, being real according to what you know that we usually do. Even if you are there, we do it. Why is it now a problem that I'm putting it out there? So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I was able to articulate myself well, or in a way that will make you guys understand that I am not stopping. I am not stopping. I am continuing this Cannabis Chronicles. Episode motherfucking 4 is coming out soon, and we're rocking. Because there's one thing I know, is that when this thing actually becomes big and it becomes a thing, none of you are going to come and actually tell me that, oh, I'm sorry for what we said before about what we said about your Cannabis Chronicles podcast. I'm sorry. None of you will do that. All of you make it seem as if you've always had my back. All of you make it seem as if you've always had my back in the making of it. And quite frankly, I don't think that's the case. I was speaking to Simon earlier, and I even gave examples of how Podcast and Chill started. Maggie's podcast, I was there since episode 3, dude. I saw it when it had 1,000 views. I saw it when it had 100 views. I saw it when it was nothing. And I watched that thing grow to become what it is today. And the reason why some of you are watching it today is because it's so big. But I was there from the beginning. I can give you another example. I was giving many examples because I've always been a person who loves the underdog. I love seeing a person come from nothing to something. And I've always supported. I'll give you another example. Kid Ink. So Kid Ink is an American rapper, American musician. So before he sang Show Me with Chris Brown, I'm sure that's one of the songs that you guys know from Kid Ink. This is obviously way back. So I used to follow him like a lot. I mean, Rocket Ship, during his first few hits, I used to follow him a lot. It's just that I don't want to mention because they're quite a lot, but I used to follow him a lot. And I followed him before he became famous. I give an example of my little brothers, the time that, I think it was around 2012. The time that I started listening to Afrobeat. So I started listening to Wizkid, Lil Cash, Burna Boy, Davido. That time, hip-hop was still like a big thing. I was listening to that. I was ridiculed for that. These people are not famous yet. It was one of the first days that Wizkid had made that song, Holla at Your Boy, and Nigerian music wasn't very famous in this part of Africa, which is the Southern Africa. I was listening to them. And I was vibing with them, and I played them, I supported them, I DM'd them, I liked their shit, I shared their shit. I did everything I could because for me, like I said, I really appreciate somebody that wants to take a different approach to society, that wants to take a different stand to society. I appreciate that and I support that because at the end of the day, we all cannot become puppets, bro. We all cannot be puppets. If we're saying that we want to liberate each other as black people, something has to budge. Somebody has to do the thing that nobody else is doing. Because quite frankly, I don't want to pretend. If it means that I'm going to lose a job, if it means that I'm going to lose a business deal because I'm a smoker, let it be. But at least I'm honest with myself. At least I know that I'm authentic with myself. And I know that the day I die, I know that I lived my life to the as honest as I can be. That's basically how I see it. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this was an episode that I needed to do because I was feeling.
With that being said, welcome to the Cannabis Chronicle. Well said. I was actually standing behind the gate. Yeah,
Come through.
yeah.
So,
Well said.
we are fucking doing this. Me and Simon, we're gonna fucking do this Fuck everybody what they think. Fuck everybody what they say. Episode motherfucking 4. We're recording that shit, and it's gonna be called Authenticity.
You can see me.
So
but
that's
you
it.
can, yeah.
That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure that you like and subscribe and share, and let's grow this fucking thing. If you believe in authenticity, if you believe in being real, bro, let's go. Let's do this. Thank you guys.
We'll be talking about this in episode 4.
Thank you.
What is authenticity? What does it mean to be authentic? I'm gonna even get you a what do you call it? The Oxford definition.
Yeah, the Oxford definition of
authenticity. It's a beautiful word.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many of us are authentic
Basically.
or are real.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, keep in touch, keep in tune. See you guys soon.